Welcome back to the channel, folks. I am Matt. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to check out the Luxe X Pro from Vaporesso. So they're really filling out the Luxe X line. Now, keep in mind, when it says Luxe X, that means the pods that are going to come with it are pre-built pods. And if it's a Luxe XR, that's going to have the pods that have replaceable coils. But both will work in any of the Luxe X systems. So you could put the pre-built pods into the Luxe XR, and you could put the Luxe XR pods into the Luxe X. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into it. So inside, you will of course have your device with one pod pre-installed. You'll then get a second pod and a USB-C cable. Then you do get a user manual. And then they also give you this handy little card to tell you what pods and coils will work with this device. And now this device goes up to 40 watts. So keep in mind, even though you could potentially use a 0.15 ohm in the DTL Luxe XR pod, you might not get the wattage you're gonna want. I really like 0.4 ohm or above in a pod system like this, maybe 0.3 ohm. Okay, so here is your device. Built-in 1500 milliamp hour battery. This one has kind of a race car looking theme going on. Says Luxe right there, little Vaporesso logo. You got these translucent sides there, and it does say Vaporesso underneath that. All right, very nice. Fire button, screen controls. So think of this as like the Luxe X, but this one now has a board with adjustable wattage, screen controls, and more airflow options as well. Hence the Pro name, right? USB-C charging on the bottom there. Like I said, 1500 milliamp hour battery. This one feels like it's zinc alloy and then some polycarbonate around here. Here is your airflow, and that is all the way open, and then you can close it all the way up. Now, unlike the Luxe XR Max, there is no secondary slot over here. So with a lot of people, the Luxe XR Max, if you could see, it's got that slot right there, and then the airflow control, they aren't able to get as tight of a draw as they want for mouth to lung. So if you are, more of a hybrid user, you use the mouth to lung pods and the DTL pods, this one might be the one worth going for just because you can get your airflow tighter. But it really depends on what you're using. If you like those high-powered 0.15 ohm coils, then you're going to want to go with the XR Max here. Another feature this one has is it does have auto draw, unlike the XR Max. All right, so on this one, you do have auto draw and button fire draw. And the pod that's pre-installed is the 0.4 ohm. One of my favorites from them. I like the Luxe XR 0.4 ohm coil pod, and I like the built-in 0.4 ohm coil pod. Really nice for a restricted direct lung hit that doesn't need too much wattage. That's still very satisfying. The other pod they give you is the 0.6 ohm. All right, this one's also a tighter restricted lung hit vape. And of course, like I said, you can get the MTL pods. We've covered those on this channel. The XR pods with the replaceable coils. So many different options now with this series, and it's really nice the way they're building it out. So these pods do hold 5 mLs of liquid. They are a bottom fill. You fill up right inside that large hole right there. And I'm going to use some of this Sunset from Kaleidoscope Clouds 3 milligram. And let's fill it on up. When done, plug that up like so. And if it's a fresh pod like this, you want to let it sit 3 to 5 minutes so that wicking can get nice and saturated. You can speed it along by putting, 1 or 2 drops down the center there, but don't be shocked if your first couple vapes are slightly gurgly. It always goes away for me though when I do that. And I really like these pods because of the airflow pattern that they take. They're not completely leak proof, but they are leak resistant. And I notice way less liquid under these pods than on most pods with the Luxe X pods here. So I definitely dig whatever they're doing. Also has their Core X technology inside. All that good stuff that Vaporesso's been putting in their newest gen devices. There's the inside. You got magnets down inside there, contacts, and this can go in either way. Now let's turn it on. 5 clicks. Okay, so we're probably in smart wattage mode here. Yeah, we're maxing out. If you want to turn that off, hit the fire button and the up button. Now the smart mode is off. Then you can go all the way up to 40 watts, and it does not round robin. It will go all the way down to 5 watts. All right, so 5 to 40 watts on this. You can use smart mode if you want to, which basically just gives you, wattage limits so you don't burn out your coil. Let's turn that back on. And, you know, it gives you your suggested rate there, which is 30. I usually use this at around 32. If you hit the fire button and the down button, that will clear your puffs. Now, hitting both buttons together hasn't done anything for me. And if you go 1, 2, 3, that locks everything. So this control, these buttons right here, and auto draw is all turned off. It would have been nice if maybe, you know, you could lock everything here, but then make auto draw still work. Unless I'm missing something, but I looked in the manual and I tried all the different keystroke, you know, variations it could potentially be. 1, 2, 3. Now it's unlocked. And that's basically it, guys. So think Luxe X with more, you know, a better airflow control system, because I believe on the other one it was just 2 steps of AFC, the regular Luxe X, and it also has a board, a chipset with adjustable wattage. Here's the one I've been using. All right, now in size comparison to the XR Max, remember the XR Max has a much larger battery. That's a high density battery, I believe they call it, but you can definitely tell a size difference. It's a bit taller. It's a bit thicker as well on the bottom. Not by much though, but it feels like it bulges more. It's like more rounded up here, but it does have quite a bit larger battery. I've been using this thing a ton, mostly for DTL, restricted direct long hits, stuff like that. All right, guys, that is it for the up close. Let's go ahead and go up top, vape these, and talk about them.